Shocking news! YouTube just deleted over 95 lakhs videos and 48 lakhs channels, and most of them were in Hindi. If you're a YouTuber from India, you need to hear this because your channel could be next. Yes, you heard that right. Between October and December 2024, YouTube took down a massive number of videos and channels. And the worst part, most creators had no warning before their content was wiped out. This was a wake-up call for every Indian creator out there because YouTube's new AI system is cracking down hard and it's changing the game completely. So why is this happening? Well, YouTube has rolled out a new AI-based system that's designed to identify and remove content that violates guidelines faster than ever before. While this might sound like a good thing, the reality is a bit scary. Even if your content follows the rules, you could still get caught on the crossfire. Let me break it down for you. YouTube deleted over 9.5 million videos in just 3 months. That's over 1 lakh videos being removed every day. And that's not even the worst part. 4.8 million channels were also terminated during the same period. Imagine waking up one morning to find your entire channel gone without any explanation. Now here's the twist. Most of these deleted videos were in Hindi. Why does that matter? Because the Indian YouTube community is massive and highly competitive. In India, most creators are repeating the same content over and over again. Everyone's talking about the same trending topic, using the same strategies and hoping to go viral. And that's where the problem starts. When the competition is so intense, creators start cutting corners to get an edge. They use misleading thumbnails and clickbait titles to get views. But YouTube's AI is now cracking down on exactly this kind of behavior. Even if your videos itself is clean, a misleading thumbnail could get it flagged and removed. For example, if you've probably seen those thumbnails that say "shocking news" or "you won't believe this," and then the video itself is just recycled information. That's the kind of content YouTube is targeting, and Indian creators are at the highest risk. And here's something most people don't realize. The thumbnail game in India is completely different from the rest of the world. Global creators keep their thumbnails minimal, fewer words, deep meaning, and an element of mystery that makes viewers curious. But in India, the strategy is the opposite. Indian creators literally put the whole video in the thumbnail. For example, a global thumbnail might say "the truth about YouTube," leaving you curious enough to click. But an Indian thumbnail will say "YouTube has deleted 95 lakhs videos. If you want to save your channel, click to this video." Basically, giving away the entire story before you even click. This strategy worked for a while, but now it's backfiring. YouTube's AI sees this detailed thumbnail as clickbait, even when the video itself is legitimate. That's why so many Indian creators are losing their channels right now. But it gets worse. Even content that technically follows the rules is getting flagged. That's because YouTube's AI is not perfect. It makes mistakes. Educational content, news commentary, even family-friendly channels, nothing is safe anymore. For example, some educational channels were mistakenly taken down because the AI misinterpreted the content as harmful. Yes, even family-friendly channels aren't safe anymore. And the creators being affected the most. Indian YouTubers, over 40% of the deleted content came from India alone. That's because India has one of the fastest growing YouTube creator communities in the world. But this also means that more Indian channels are at risk of being targeted by YouTube's AI. Now here's where it gets even more concerning. Even if your channel gets mistakenly deleted, getting it back isn't easy. YouTube's appeal process is slow, and many creators report waiting weeks or even months, only to get a generic rejection. That's why creators are now living in constant fear that their next video could be their last. So, what can you do to protect your channel? First, follow the guidelines carefully. Make sure your content doesn't include misleading thumbnails, clickbait, or anything remotely controversial. Second, keep backups of all your videos. If your channel gets taken down, you'll at least have a copy of your content. Third, engage with your audience. Channels with strong community engagement are less likely to be flagged as spam. Respond to comments, go live, and keep your viewers involved. YouTube values engagement, and it could help protect your channel. And here's something most creators don't know. YouTube's AI tends to target new channels more aggressively. So, if you're just starting out, you need to be extra careful. Keep your videos clean, avoid copyrighted music, and stay away from controversial topics. But even experienced creators aren't safe. Some channels with millions of subscribers have been taken down overnight. That's why it's so important to stay updated on YouTube's policies. This AI system isn't going away anytime soon, and the more you know, the better prepared you'll be. So, what's next for YouTube creators? It's clear that YouTube is getting more aggressive with content moderation. This means that the margin for error is getting smaller and smaller. Creators now need to walk a fine line between being creative and playing it safe. Now let's not forget, the thumbnail game needs to change too. If Indian creators want to survive, they need to adapt global strategies. Clean thumbnails, fewer words, and more mystery. That's how global creators are succeeding. Indian creators can't afford to keep giving away the entire story in the thumbnail anymore. If you're serious about growing your channel, you need to stay ahead of the curve. That's why I'll be covering all the latest YouTube updates and algorithm changes right here on this channel. So, if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more updates, and let me know in the comments below, have you or anyone you know been affected by YouTube's AI takedowns? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Because in the world of YouTube, knowledge is power, and trust me, you're going to need it.